Here we are. Make yourself comfortable, love. There's wine on the table. You should have some, loosen you up. Bring out your naughty side.
Won't you drink with me?
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, how about you have a sip first?
I just need to powder my nose.
Oh, really?
All right then. I'll be waiting for you, pet.
Now we pour the drink out the window.
Did you just call her pet? Seriously? Boy, you are truly...
Well, isn't that how the common people talk to each other? I don't know, maybe he's like from Manchester or something. I don't know.
A fresh lick of paint, some warm touches, and...
Yeah. Okay. So,
anyone could call this place a home.
let's see.
The bottle was open and the cork replaced.
Yeah.
Sirens song. She is consistent, I'll give her that.
Yeah, I'll just take that. So, what are we supposed to do about this? Like...
Can't leave just yet.
Oh, okay. Apparently not.
Enjoy your wine, sweetie. I'll be out in a minute.
Yeah, I'll have a good sip. Glug, glug, glug. Oh.
Hey, if you want to keep this stupid act up, you better pour out the wine and quick. Hurry up, she'll be out any second.
I know. Shut up.
HMS Achilles, Friday, 5 p.m. She prepared for their arrival. The beloved child of a rich family.
Interesting. My dear Eliza, with this I am sending you the money that I promised in my last letter. Your father may still blame you, but I don't, darling. I know that none of it was your fault. He won't listen to me, but I'm sure he misses you too. I beg you to return home. Until then, you're in my thoughts and prayers. Your loving mother, Rachel Esposto. Interesting. Oh, that poor plant.
Done. No hard feelings, Mr. Fickus, right? Come on, hurry up.
I'm hurrying. Another one is dead. Today, as I watched the ripples around him, I should have felt relief, yet I felt nothing but my own pain. If only memories could fade away like those ripples. I wish I could forget that dirty alley, the fear and helplessness, the feeling of their hands on my body. Oh no. This is getting ugly. I can't wash it away, not even by killing them, but there is no one left. It's too late to stop. Okay. Well, we found her cigarettes that she
She's
likes.
smoking citrus-flavored cigarettes, the dots connect.
There's the cyanide.
White powder with a bitter almond-like odor.
Mm-hmm.
So no smelling salts. It's cyanide.
This lip rouge looks good on her. Just saying. Oh, here she comes.
Oh, she'll be like, what are you doing in here? Oh, just getting ready in the bedroom.
Sorry for making you wait, sweetie. I hope the wine has kept you good company.
Oh, yeah. Let's keep it going for now.
Oh yes, I needed to wet my whistle real bad.
Splendid, Harry. Bravo. Refreshing, isn't it? Now let me refresh your memory as
Yes,
well.
do tell me everything.
Feels so well.
As well you shouldn't. But don't worry.
Look at the redness in her eyes.
It won't hurt. Much. At least not as much as when you and your friends forced yourselves on me. Not as much as when you ripped away my clothes, my dignity, my life. I've hated you with all my heart. But not anymore. Now I forgive you. Truly I do. Let me kiss you goodnight.
Now that would hardly be appropriate, miss.
Wait, what?
Aha! I'm not Harry.
It's time I drop my act. This beard is false. I'm not Harry Thorne.
Oh, I see. You're from the police then, yes? Here to question me?
There's no need. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I know that.
And you're going to prison.
Roommates, and I know why.
Well, Miss...
No questioning needed.
Save your breath. I won't deny a thing. But please, stop tormenting me with this farce. Do what you must.
We're back to this blind justice or helping somebody. Like, she's murdering people who have very much done her wrong. but I don't believe Holmes is a fan of I want to play this as Holmes would, and I don't think he would be a fan of a vigilante. It's like, no. You can't just... You should have just gone somewhere and had something done about this. But back in these days, of course, nothing would have been done. But today, it's, a good chance she wouldn't actually get any help anyway, which is wrong still. But then where does it stop? Does she continue? Like, she's even written in her own diary, this isn't helping. And it's like, yes, it isn't. So you need to stop. But you still have to answer for what you did as well. And they should too, it'll all come out. But at the end of the day, what if when you kill all of them, you just need to keep killing? And will she stop?
I'm afraid I must turn you into the police, miss.
Look at the red in her eyes. That's just... No.
The police, you say?
She's just drinking poison wine now.
To bring my abusers to justice. How are they any better than those animals? No, I won't give you the satisfaction.
Sherlock, are you going to maybe grab that bottle from her? I mean, you could backslap it out of her hands as well, but she's already taken a good chug of it. Ay. Well done, Sherlock. Not the ending I was hoping for there, but maybe if he'd have been like, oh, you're about to drink from that bottle? And grab it from her before she took, like, a deep gulp of it. That could have been useful. Just saying. Reaction time, Sherlock. Give him that stubble back. It looks good in this menu. And then when you go into the game, it doesn't. It looks kind of terrible. Oh, dear. Well. The Sirens song we finished. And the City Hall memory was there as well. Okay, well, we did this.
That's a pity, but thanks. We'll send the coroner.
He's like, all right, well, never mind then. We'll close this case. Chief Inspector Placido, may I speak? No, okay, I can't speak to him apparently. Evidence room. I forgot that was there.
You hear Basilio Coppello is in jail?
Okay, filter valuable keywords from the irrelevant chatter. Basilio Coppello. Overhear the circumstances of the incident at Coppello's company. Press scandal. Nope. Dead in the safe. Vendetta. Nope. Under my man. I'm just going to get all of them. Claims innocence. Wife devastated. Oh, there we go. We got all of them. Normally I fail a whole bunch until I remember what the correct ones are, and then I go through it again. But that worked. My curiosity has been piqued by talk but that Basilio Coppello, the owner of the famous Armor Coppello home security company, has been arrested. His situation is quite peculiar. A man named Niccolo Detti has been found dead inside a safe in Basilio's store. Ooh, that sounds interesting. Basilio claims innocence, but the evidence is against him. He is being held in a holding cell at the police station.
Police. Let's pretend to be cops, eh? We can just stand around and look confused.
Wow, John, that's kind of savage, my dude. Let's pretend to be cops and stand around looking confused. It might be true, but, dude. John suggests I should join the police or pretend as much. I shouldn't reveal to any of the suspects that I'm not actually an officer. Yeah. So what, we're gonna just masquerade as a cop? Okay. Well, cop would need a stash, of course. Yes. A commanding mustache. Okay, cool. Police officer unit. There aren't any others, are there, though? No. Okay, there's no other types. I love that we've got the Devil's Daughter style outfit. I do enjoy wearing that, but I'm going to run with the default for a while. And the shoulder holster looks pretty rakish, you know? Okay, so we've got a decent cop disguise. And then we're going to go into the holding cells, which are this way, and pretend to be a cop all the way through. Now, the question is it straight ahead?
Oh, what a long day.
I know, right? Chief Inspector's been up my butt about all those reports I haven't filed. Oi. See, look, I'm doing it. Pretending. This is it, guys. This is how we do it. We walk in, and we're like, how about them citizens, eh? Just constantly going on about their problems to us and think we can solve them, and, you know, like, telling us that we're trampling on their rights and everything, and, oh, I'm gonna go get a drink. Don't mind me just coming in to talk to one of the suspects. Not that way, apparently, though. I just wanted to make sure that gate was locked, because last time other guy was on duty, he left the gate unlocked. It was that idiot who keeps leaving his evidence lying around all over the place. Oh, what an idiot. Here we go. Here we go. This is the man, isn't it? This is the man, isn't it? Is this our man? Or is
Can you satisfy my curiosity?
this your man?
Unfortunately, my casebook is empty on this.
Alright, that's not my man. We've got to go find my man. I love the fact that there's this white painted wall here. It makes me worry that, like, there's a room back there with a... They just walled somebody in, you know? Okay. Alright. Let's have a word with him. Now then, what's all this then, eh?
Excuse me, but are you Mr. Capello? My name is Sherlock
Don't tell him!
You could spare a moment to talk?
Manners, what a pleasant surprise. Most of your
Well, he doesn't
colleagues
know
are
that Sherlock Holmes isn't a
simplest
cop.
of common courtesies.
Yeah, we're gonna do the... I'm an honourable policeman.
You're a suspect, sir, but not yet a criminal. I shan't treat you as such. Your case is refreshingly unusual, and I wish to get to the bottom of it.
Manners and enthusiasm. Huh. May you go far, young man. What can I help you with?
I will observe you first, sir. And we'll see what we can see about you. Focused. Sharply dressed. Fresh and fashionable. Fresh. What have we got? Anything with the hands? Oh, defensive looking or offensive things? He's recent trauma, bruised hands. He's been fighting, he has, or he whacked his hand on something, but I doubt it. Can't tell anything from his shoes. His other hand, though, has a wedding band on it. It's tight on the finger. He's put on weight since the wedding. Let ourselves go, did we, sir? Let's see what we get from him, then. So, Basilio Capello is the local proprietor of a famous Arma Capello safe, locked door and home security company in Cordona, currently being held in the police station and the cells. Prime suspect for Niccolo Detti's murder. Early 40s, flair for the new and fashionable. Keeps his frustrations bottled up while at the police station, but could be prone to violence. He has bruises on his hand, which might be the result of a fight. He's attached to his family. Methodical man puts business and principles above all else, keeps calm and focused despite being arrested. A bruise on his hand, possibly defended himself recently, values his family life. Why is any of that different? Attached to the family or values family life? This impulsive is like, you know, shows that he's quick to anger, versus methodical shows that the only reason he fought back was because of potential defensiveness. What do we think? Those are the two major differences between these two profiles. I would say... He's methodical. He's a businessman. You know, you don't get to succeed in business by being super impulsive all the time. I mean, the fact that his wedding ring is tight on his finger means he's still wearing it, which means he has an affection for his family, despite the fact that the ring is too small. You'd think he would just go to a jeweler and get it resized, but, you know. Let's go with methodical. We don't know that it was defensive wounds any more than we know he's quick to anger. Let's just go with this for now.
You are surprisingly composed for a man accused of murder. Not so easily shaken, I take it.
Life is full of surprises. You'd be astonished how many deals go sour due to a force majeure. One becomes skilled at adapting. I am confident this will all be set straight. Until then, I will endure.
Much how you endure that injured hand. Those bruises look painful, but you seem barely aware of it. Were you attacked?
No. A minor accident, nothing more. My heady days as a man out to prove his valor are far behind me. I now know that to succeed in life, one must stay calm and plan ahead. The world will turn your way eventually. And if it does not, then one must persuade it so.
All right. Start at the beginning. Like, from breakfast. Tell me, from the minute you woke up, what happened that day.
Please,
every detail.
how you ended up
How
in
much
this
milk
situation.
did you put on your cereals?
This morning, some clients arrived to finalize their purchase of a Capello modular safe. But when we opened the door, out tumbled a dead man.
And I take it this wasn't normal.
No,
What?
I know.
No,
My
duh.
coat's in the wardrobe. Please, young man, spare me your wit. The rest of the day was a blur. I recognized the victim.
Yes, I've no idea how that body got
So did
there.
the police. That was enough to make
Normally
me
keep them
the main
elsewhere.
suspect.
Who sent for the authorities?
No one. As it happens, we had a break-in last night. Nothing was stolen, but for insurance purposes, the report had to be made. So, police officers just happened to be on the premises when we discovered the body in the safe.
I mean, that kind of all tracks to me then. I don't think he is responsible, obviously. But then again, what better way to create an alibi? Why would I bring the police in and then open a safe with a dead body in for them to see? And like he said, he usually keeps his corpses in the wardrobe, so maybe his wardrobe was full of skeletons. And no space for this one. Who are the customers? Well, first, let's go with the victim. Do you know the victim?
You say you became the suspect when the police identified the victim. Is there history between you?
Surely you jest. That man and I have never met, and never would, unless he became the first deity in history to use our products.
Some sort of family feud? I'm afraid I'm not familiar.
You must be new to Godona. It's an old tale. Back in Italy, generations ago, the deities tried to ruin our family business. They nearly succeeded. The Capellos rightfully struck back, but there has been bad blood ever since.
And does that blood flow in you too?
I told you, sir, it's an old story, or it was. I fear this horrible event portends worse to come. My wife may be in danger as we speak.
Tell me about the burglary.
I'd like to inquire about the burglary.
I'm not sure I see the connection, but if you wish to know more, talk to Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. He scared off the thief.
Was it also Billy that discovered the burglar?
No, my wife did. She had stayed late yesterday. Poor Augusta. At least she's safer with the police than at home alone.
Okay, what about the customers?
You mentioned you were showing your wares to some prospective buyers when the safe was opened. Who were they?
Clerks from the bank. They inspected the safe from top to bottom yesterday. I assume the sale was just a formality at that point.
I'm gonna guess the sale is off now.
It's usually open, but it locks automatically when the door swings closed. That's another marvelous Capello invention.
Cool.
A coffin that locks itself. Marvelous indeed.
Could the guy have just, like, crawled in there and didn't realize he was never getting out again? He'd suffocated. Yeah.
Help me grasp your movements yesterday.
We need to know
What
how
time
this
did you
body
meet
was
the customers from the bank, and did you
killed.
have any other appointments?
Yesterday,
that
the
sounds
bank
right, yeah.
clerks arrived at 10 a.m.
How was this body
I was
killed?
alone in the office until my wife Augusta came in at 3 p.m. I left for home at 6:30 p.m.
And what about this morning?
Our meeting for the demonstration was set for 9 a.m. I arrived about half an hour prior in order to prepare.
I have one final inquiry. Do you recall the time at which the safe door was closed?
Young man, I may just as well ask you when you closed your cigar case. I have opened our safes a dozen times a day for a dozen years. I do not recall.
That's fair.
Well, Mr. Capello, I think that's all I need from you at present. Where can I find your office?
Here, take my card. Billy should be on site to assist with the investigation. And please, sir, would you check on my wife before you depart?
Thank you. I will endeavor to speak with her before I leave the station.
Please, treat her gently. Women lack our resilience when it comes to ordeals like this. I shall eagerly await your return. After all, there's little else I can do.
Okay, I'm leaving. Bye. Oof. That was an opinion right there. Yikes. Okay, so we need to go have a chat with the night watchman Billy Lloyd, who's currently there, and the wife is at the police station. Let's talk to her first then, if we can find her. This way. I know which way to go. I work here, of course, being a policeman that I am. Yes. See, I know where I'm going. Is she perhaps?
Please wait in the office. The inspector will be here soon.
Oh. She was out here, wasn't she? The inspector. Excuse me, coming through. Oh my. There's a lot of people in here. What the heck?
You must be the inspector.
No.
Hello.
Must I really repeat myself to every baby-faced man in uniform that's...
I have a mustache. Thank you very much. Hardly baby-faced. Although it does look glued on. Yes, I'm new here.
Forgive me, I am not the inspector, but I am working on your husband's case.
Then I have nothing to say to you. Come back with the inspector in charge so that we may dispense with the endless repetition.
Oh my. Used laudanum recently. Yeah, she's very glazed over here. Any more so, she'd be a piece of pottery. A parting gift from 1875 golden harp pin. Okay. Wedding ring. Marks from fidgeting. Interesting. Fidgeting with the ring due to stress. Recently used laudanum, doesn't seem accustomed to it. So either in shock or is emotional. In her late 20s, previously involved in music, currently works with her husband. Fidgeting with the ring due to the restless nature, used laudanum and may be accustomed to the drug. We'll go with shocked, I think.
Whilst I prefer German composers, the harp solo from Lucia di Lammermoor stands out as one of Donizetti's finest contributions to the form. I'm sure Basilio thought the same.
He did. How? Did he tell you how we met?
Oh, there was no need. It is trivial to observe how much you value your memories of playing harp in the orchestra, and even an amateur Italian harpist would be familiar with Donizetti.
We're just going to dazzle her with our brilliance. And then she's like, oh, never mind, then I'll talk to you.
Calm in these uncertain times. It is nice to meet another who appreciates it.
Yeah, more into the violin, but, you know.
Please, Mrs. Capello, let me help you and your husband.
I am not unappreciative, sir. But I'm afraid I presently lack the strength.
Yeah, you should probably lay off the opioids. Tell me about the burglary, though. Despite
Basilio tells me you were
telling me you don't want to help.
burglary yesterday. What can you tell me about it?
Oh, it gave me such a fright. I fainted, fell to the floor. I wish I could help you, but, I'm just utterly useless.
I doubt
Please.
that.
I want to rest before the inspector arrives.
Well, did you know the victim real quick?
Were you familiar
Please.
with the deceased man found in the safe?
She's like, leave me alone, and I'll keep asking her
I do not know
questions.
him, nor can I conceive of how the poor soul ended up there.
All right,
You've
I'll be
had
back.
quite the day, Mrs. Capello. I shall leave you be. If I have further questions, I may visit again later.
Oh, don't tell the inspector I was here, by the way. So be like, I have nobody else working this case. We don't need that complication. Okay, let's see. So what else could we be doing? Yeah. We need to get over there. Go to the crime scene. Discover the truth. Where was it? Armor Capello office on Adler Street to the east of St. Clement's Cathedral in Scaladio. East of St. Clement's Cathedral is there. Adler Street. Where was it? I've got a memory like a fish. It is on Adler Street to the east of St. Clement's Cathedral. Doesn't say what intersection. Okay. So we need to go down there and across there, and it'll be here somewhere. I guess we just walk the street until we find it. It could be anywhere along here. Okay. Coming through, fellow officer, don't mind me. Is this Night Street? Yeah, this is Adler Street. Yeah, here we go. Whee! I know where I'm going. The barber shop. Can I actually go in there? And no, apparently not. I was like, can I get more facial hair there? Excuse me, does anybody know where I buy facial hair? People will be looking at him like, what? What is he talking about? Okay, so this is the east, and it's along here somewhere. We're looking for the storefront. I would imagine it's this one with the shield as a logo. Here we go. Yeah. Okay. Straight to business. Hello there. Are you Billy Lloyd?
Fitting pants, wonky nose, and hair that appears to have been cut by your own hand. You must be Billy Lloyd.
Oh, it's you! I knew you'd come.
You did?
You're Mirko Gallia, the best investigative journalist on Cordona. I'm a fan of your work.
Alas, you're mistaken.
No, look at me. I'm dressed as a cop.
Holmes and your employer.
Oh, of course. Discretion. I'm sorry.
Wink.
I doubt the policeman upstairs heard me, though, so your secret is safe with me, Sherlock.
Mr. Capello told me you were present during the burglary and scared the criminal off the property.
Yeah, you should have seen it. As soon as the burglars saw me, they went white as death. Ran out the back door of the office. I heard a thud and cat shrieks, so I quickly went over the railing and into the bush and got back. Clearly, my reputation precedes me. Mr. Capello was so proud.
You're a guard, but you didn't give chase.
Well, by the time I made it outside...
Oh, I'm supposed to stay here.
So I went back to help Mrs. Capello. That kind of gentlemanly courtesy is why I'm so well regarded round these parts.
He's lying. He's the one who fainted, I bet. But he hid. He was like, oh, a burglar. And he hid. When did it happen?
When did the burglary happen?
Oh, after 10 in the evening. I was just talking to Mrs. Capello.
Does she normally work this late?
No, it's the first time it happened. But usually I'm alone at night. I was explaining to Mrs. Capello how drinking water every 3 hours can help with digestion, when she excused herself and went back upstairs. Then there was a scream, and I ran up to the office, and...
I know what happened next, thank you. What about last evening? Do you have any more details about the break-in?
Of course. I write down everything that happens during my watch. Take a look.
Fastidious in its mundanity, but I will make of it what I can.
He's not even impressed with that. You know, like, well, dude's diligent. No, he's fastidious but mundane. You know, okay.
What did the thief look like?
Shorter than me, mid-20s, a huge scar across the right cheek going from the eye. Short hair. She didn't look like a ghost. Too corporeal.
She.
Hold on. She? You didn't think to mention the burglar was a woman?
Why did you assume it was a man? It's the 19th century, sir.
Be modern, Mr. Holmes.
Are out there pursuing a career. And I, for one, encourage it.
Even if it's breaking the law.
Make the sermon.
It's like, look, hey, if they want to go be burglars as well, who am I to judge? It's a modern age, sir. You know, women can get a job as well, even if it's crime. Stop being so, you know, ooh, old-fashioned.
I must go and inspect the crime scene. If I have further questions, Mr. Lloyd, I will find you.
Oh, don't worry. I won't be able to keep away.
Right.
Okay. We'll look around. Is there anything in here I can poke? Not really. Look at these doors. Damn. Armored doors. What do we got over here? Look at this severe-looking fellow.
Security, peace of mind. Tacky.
Well, you know, that's your opinion, good sir.
Ancestor. Used to design safes for King Henry VIII. Look at this dude. Alright, well, I don't think I'm going to find anything in the bathroom. But this is clearly where this guy hid. Clearly where Billy hid. Oh, there's
The best on the market. You can wallop them, you can burn them. Nothing will work.
I bet he tested that himself.
Okay. So, the best fireproof safes in the world. Okay. Ooh. Bad end. Sorry, did I get in shot? I didn't mean to. Am I still in your way?
Why do I get the worst jobs?
What, photography? Oh. You'd find a new passion for it, if you throw yourself into it. Well, I can't look at the book. Look at the wine. Is it the Sirens wine? No. It's half empty. It's half full, Sherlock. Come on. Don't be such a pessimist, sir. One glass.
A wine, well enjoyed.
So, the wife was up here, drinking a glass of wine, while working late. Oh, there's another one.
Recently used, but why would it be here?
A hidden glass. Oh my, I know what happened already. I've already seen it, guys. I know what happened. Here's what happened, okay? The wife was having an affair with this gentleman right here, and somebody came in, maybe burglary. They thought it might have been her husband coming back. She hid the glass under the table to make it look like there was only one of them drinking. He jumped into the safe. Look at that, there's scratch marks on the door as well. Oh, yeah. He jumped in here to hide. It was the old, like, hiding in the wardrobe, but there's no wardrobe. It's a safe. And then she couldn't get him out. And she just left him in there. Also, why is there smoke coming from the fireplace, like coming into the room? Did somebody close the chimney? That's bad. That's how fires start. Okay, yeah, let's just get into this.
I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. I'm a bit claustrophobic.
Do I need to pin certain evidences now? Yeah, I probably do. Here we go. So, the burglary happened during the late evening, discovered by Augusta Capello and Billy Lloyd, the night watchman. It seems nothing was stolen. The burglar entered via the back door during the evening. When normally only Billy is on site, Billy heard her go through the bushes in the backyard during the escape. We could probably go look at that. But let's analyze this shit.
Bulging veins.
The foaming around the mouth.
Eyes. Odd foaming in the mouth.
That's more like poison. Do you foam at the mouth if you suffocate?
Bruises, torn nails, bleeding was severe and continued at length.
Bruise to the head.
Clear indications of blunt trauma, possibly inflicted before the victim was in the safe.
Well, there's definitely scratches on the inside.
Blood on the safe door could have been left by the victim.
trying to paw their way out, probably. Anything else? There's one more thing here. Got the bruise on the noggin. I'm not seeing anything on the clothing. Oh, yeah, there we go, there we go.
Clothes are not fully buttoned. Was the victim dressing or undressing?
Or just, you know, one of these shirtless, semi-shirtless people that walks around the town. There's plenty of them, you know, these swarthy gangsters. Okay. Oh, we got a chemical analysis. The facial expression and skin tone suggest asphyxiation is the likeliest cause of death, and uncharacteristic foaming at the mouth. Yeah, that was what I was thinking, like, does that happen? You know? Bruises, torn nails on hands, self-inflicted, blood trails and faint scratching in the safe door could have been made by the victim. Blunt force trauma to the left side of the head. Unclear whether the blow was delivered before or after entering the safe. The victim's clothing is not fully buttoned. What if in a revised version of the theory they were doing this up here and then the wife left during the break-in, somebody else came in, killed this guy, stuffed him in the safe, and then when she came back she thought, oh, he must have run off, and then she fainted from seeing him dead, realizing, oh my god, he was in there the whole time, you know. Alright, we're back to this look. We need a -8 and a 10. -8 and a 10 in blue. Okay. We can get a 4 here. We can add 1 and then double it. That gives us the 10. We can add 1. Look at that. It's just simple. This is easy. We can then double that and then flip it. See, look, I'm not overthinking it now. This is what happens when I don't overthink. It's just like, just simplistically do the thing. There we go. Excellent. So... I didn't actually read what it said. I didn't read what it said. What did it say? Yeah, there it is. Foaming around the mouth is the result of light intoxication from the wine. Really? Okay, I'm not going to question Sherlock. I didn't realize people foamed at the mouth when they were drunk. Ah, see, there's this additional room in here, though. Let's see, we got flowers. There's a thing here. Grand presentation from the famous Italian orchestra.
A concert program from 7 years ago. An Augusta La Duca is listed as a harpist in the orchestra.
La Duca, so that was her maiden name. Basilio's note to Augusta. Augusta, we do not have time today for a chat because of my important client meeting, but I'm concerned about your desire to work such late hours. You seem happy about it, which is why I did not bring it up previously, but perhaps it is best that we have a conversation. I'm sure we can find a different arrangement. Basilio. That's a weird kind of letter to leave to your wife. Let us have a conversation about this, and maybe we can come to a different arrangement at some point. Shall we pencil in a meeting, perhaps, next week? Like, what? Weird. I know some people in their relationships back in these days were kind of overly formal in such a way, but...
2 tickets for Shakespeare's Othello. The performance is tomorrow.
2 tickets to Othello.
Classics.
Let me guess, one of them isn't for the husband. I'm already on this, like, you know, this whole idea. We have keys. Set of armor Capello keys. A lawyer's letter. Senor Capello, it has come to my attention that Niccolo Detti is soon to return to Cordona. He does know. He said he didn't know him. He knows him. We do not know what that means for the future of the Detti family, but Orazio seems set on staying in Roma. So, take that as you will. I wanted to strongly advise on behalf of the whole family that you avoid contact with Niccolo. We have no doubt that you will be able to retain your composure even if provoked, but we do not know what the Dettis are planning. Be on your guard, the family reputation is at stake. In Bocca al Lupo, Naldo Gilani. Interesting. And in his diary, shows Capello's schedule plan for the week. There are several noteworthy recent entries. First, a meeting with a detective from several weeks ago, and second, 2 dates labeled with the safe, yesterday and today.
He clearly needs a better work-life balance.
Work-life balance? John, what is this thing you speak of? The heir to the Detti family returns home. Niccolo Detti, young heir to the Detti family business, has returned to Cordona after 12 years of studying and working on the mainland. This coincides with Orazio Detti's departure to Italy, and hints at the possibility that Niccolo is intending to take over the family business in Cordona. We will be watching this situation closely as it develops, and will endeavor to obtain a reaction from Basilio Capello. The Capello and Detti feud has been in existence for over 200 years. I mean, he did tell us about that, but he didn't tell us he knew about this guy, specifically this one. But he lied, and he did. Unless I misunderstood, but I don't think so. It has been in existence for over 200 years, even though this acrimony has been muted for the past few decades. Some still remember the conflicts of the Gonzalo Detti and Vitalio Capello era. We are hoping that Niccolo's young mind and Basilio's calm business attitude may find common ground.
Mr. Capello is the best.
Okay, this chap is seriously creepy.
Oh, Jesus, dude. What are you doing back in here? Return to your watch, sir. I am quite competent on my own. In fact, your presence unsettles me. Please leave. I'm going to leave now. I don't want to provide evidence yet. Can we go through here? Okay. This is no sign of break-in and a very complex lock. Is the guy lying to protect his boss? Broken railing. Dislodged and bent. Ooh, an Assassin's Creed character has been here. Just leapt over and broke the railing. Landed in the hay below. Trampled grass. And there's an item here. A shamrock and lockpicks. And there's an F in the middle of the four-leaf clover. It's a clover, rather, right? Four-leaf clover. Passe Morali.
Walk through walls in French. Our thief seems rather arrogant. The letter F is inscribed within a four-leaf clover pattern. A comprehensive set of lockpicks, recently cleaned with no fresh scratches.
Interesting. Okay. Nice fireflies going on here. Key evidence collected. Is there anything else around here? The map seems to suggest we have more. We have key evidence, but not all evidence collected. So the thing is, no scratches on the lockpicks mean they didn't pick the lock to the back door. Interesting. So we have research to do here. Lockpicks discovered in the bushes behind the office, recently cleaned, in a bag embroidered with the letter F, a four-leaf clover pattern, Passe Morale, a walk through walls in French written on it. Could be a signature that we can go look up in criminal records, see if maybe this is known to the police and who these people are. I feel like there's something else we need to get. Did I miss something up here? So until that little icon turns green, there's still stuff we can find. But the idea would be that whoever it was ran out here and then leapt here to escape, right? What about down here? They must have run down this alleyway. They'd be stupid to run out to the front door. Well, okay then. Okay, I guess there isn't anything at least to collect here. Maybe we're supposed to just go check on this at the police station. For Sherlock to do his T-1000 run through the streets. Look at this, that's determination right there. I think I'm going the right way to the police station. Pretty sure this is the route. Double check though. Yeah. Yes. Kind of went the wrong way. It's not the way I was going, but I still ended up where I was supposed to go, so technically good. Which evidence do we have pinned for this, though? Oh, documents. What documents are here? The heir to the Detti family returning. Okay. But yeah, we've got the sketch. We know it's a female burglar. Archive. Here we go. So we'd be looking at property crime, burglaries basically, instruments maybe, suspects, yeah, there we go. Woo, look at that. Alicia Savini, aged, I guess that's how you pronounce that, age 26, currently affiliated with the Backyard Boys gang, acting as the master burglar. The Backyard Boys have a hideout on Clay Street in central Miners End. She has a distinct scar on her right cheek, gives conflicting stories as to the origin, but has had it since at least age 18. After her parents died at sea, she wasted her inheritance. Felicia turned to crime. Has been arrested several times, but being cooperative with the law, lessening the severity of the punishment. Okay.
Maybe it would be wise to take a look around outside before we enter. Just a thought.
Yeah. We won't just charge headlong into battle, John. We will reconnoiter. first. So that's what he wants us to do, is just kind of look around. Another John bet. There's 2 John bets in this case. My goodness. Clay Street in Central Miners End. Mm-hmm. And don't just walk in. Look around first for some method that might help us. So Miners End is up here. Clay Street. Clay Street. Central. Ah, there's Clay Street. Yep. Oh my god, that's a long street. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna be going in somewhere. We get the fast travel to there, we can start at the top and work our way south down the street. We shall do that. We shall do that. Let us begin our inquiries. Mm-hmm. There's this rickety-ass bridge. There we go. Clay Street is this street here. Now, the challenge for John as well, pretend I'm a cop and don't reveal to any suspects I'm not actually an officer. If I disguise myself as a gang member, that might actually fail that, you know? But yeah, this is Clay Street. It's probably a little further down than here. No entry, private property. Alright, we're not allowed in there, guys. I need a warrant or something, I don't know. How does Clay Street move here? Is this continuance? Yep, this is Clay Street. I need to look for something that's very gang-like. And Clay Street kind of goes around here.
Other gangs are planning an attack on the backyard, boys. The Pipe is looking for information.
Find out what information the Pipe wants and where to find him. Okay. Owes money. They deserve it. Marketplace in Miners End. Get a gun? No. Wounded? No. Beggar informants. Revenge. Limping brass. Hey, there we go. Thin the ranks. John was right. It seems the Backyard Boys have mobilized due to the botched robbery of Arma Capello by Felicia Savini. They believe that another gang set them up and they're going to attack. I overheard, however, that the Pipe, the limping information broker of the gang, is calling in his beggar informants. The Pipe can be found in the marketplace in Central Miners End on Market Road. Well then. Okay. So we carry on going this way? Yeah. Oh, I found the hideout. There it is. Ran right past that shit first. But let's go around this way and find an alternate way to deal with this. Right, this is the market up here.
Buy some clothes and help me feed my family.
Wow.
One man's trash is another man's furniture.
Yeah. That's probably some of my furniture, I'll have you know. Are you the Pipe? Oh. Should I have a...
Actually, no.
No, never mind. I should have this, maybe. Here we go. Pinned first. Yeah, this is probably the guy. I have information.
Hello, mister. I have some information.
Hello, mister.
I'm not interested in the advice of a man like you. Move aside. I've places to be.
Hey! No! I failed. Because I was dressed as a cop, but John wants me to stay dressed as a cop. So I failed one John challenge because I'm doing another. Oh, shut up. Fine, okay. Whatever. Right. Door kicking it is. Let's get on with this.
My word.
John, lace up your boots. Time we bash some heads in. Yeah, this is it. Alright, can I just walk in? I guess so. I'm gonna walk past those front guards. Skip the combat! Yeah, because it sucks. Just dust myself off.
Okay.
Imagine a scene like in a John Wick movie. That's what we just did here, right? That's what we just did here. We walked in there, waved a pencil around and said, don't make me use this. And they gave in. Because, you know, no combat actually happened. Alright, you. Time you spill the beans.
And here we are, Miss Sevigny. A place where we can talk about all your recent activities. We have a nice profile on you, you know.
What are you talking about? I didn't do anything.
Is there nothing you didn't do, Miss Sevigny? Thieve for the gang, break into the Armor Capello office, kill Niccolo...
What? Kill? I didn't kill nobody. No,
You didn't kill nobody, that's a double negative.
The rest.
You killed somebody then.
I suppose you won't mind explaining some things to me then.
Yes, you should probably cooperate since there's a dead body in the middle of all this, and if it was just a simple matter of you failing to get into a building, then, well, we could let you go. I like how I'm doing this and the cops aren't even involved, but I'm using their station. There's a lockpick hidden inside. Yeah, look at that. It's in the necklace. It's actually part of the clasp as a lockpick. That's good. What you got here? Scratched leg stuff. Claw marks. Cat claw marks. There was a cat in the bush, supposedly, right? So you fell on a cat and it just went... and got into you. Double-sided jacket. So you can just kind of flip it around. Be somebody else. A burglar and a thief in mid-20s, claw marks on her torn trouser leg when she clumsily fled the scene of the crime scene at Armor Capello. Has a locket that conceals a lock pick. How ironic. Her jacket is double-sided for a quick disguise, proud of her trade and showing it off, but only to the trained eye. Or, she's prepared. Claw marks on the trouser leg, clumsily, so that's all the same. She has a locket that conceals a lockpick. Jacket is double-sided. She is ready to vanish discreetly at the slightest alert, as if she were never here at all. I'd say prepared. I'm not going to say show off, although it's rather like the lockpick case with what was written on there is kind of arrogant. So there's a bit of show-offiness, but it's not for everybody. This is more preparedness. I'm going to give her the benefit of imagining that she's a consummate professional.
You were in the Armor Capello office yesterday evening, Miss Sevigny. The same place that Niccolo Detti was found dead today. What happened?
How would you know? You can't prove anything?
It's written all over you, Miss Sevigny. I presume you did not intend your evening to end with a fall over the railing and a fracas with felines? Need I continue?
Zut alors!
Zut alors!
It's just a job, nothing
Mon
else.
Dieu!
I was asked to come. Here, see for yourself.
Oh,
I don't know who hired me.
somebody hired you.
But I think they wanted to pin the crime on me. Poor Niccolo.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you knew the victim?
You knew Mr. Detti, how?
Niccolo and I grew up together. I hadn't seen him in years, then ran into him on the street, smiling with some lovely lady on his arm.
Oh, I wonder which lady that was.
And that was the last time you saw him alive?
Well, until I found him dead yesterday. That same woman was there, too. It can't be coincidence.
You saw
I'm onto something.
Mm-hmm. She started screaming, so I slammed the safe door and ran when I saw a guard coming.
Wait, what? She slammed the safe door. Did he hide in there thinking it was the husband, Mr. Capello, coming back? That the door wasn't fully closed and then she walked in and went up to the safe, and then she screamed and she was like, and just pushed the safe door shut. Oh no. Oh, it's kind of what I thought, but just worse.
When were you offered this job?
I don't remember precisely. I think the letter arrived around 9:30 in the evening. It sounded tricky, but the money was good.
And you arrived at the office?
Perhaps 45 minutes later? I am very good, sir. I was in and out in 5 minutes.
I don't like lies.
Yeah, you didn't get through that back door.
Okay. It took 15 minutes. All right? Still impressive, no?
Your thieving days may well be over, Miss Sevigny. Until this matter is resolved, you will remain here. Good day.
I said good day. Okay, so we got all of this. Okay, she admitted she was a burglar of the Armor Capello office, hired by an unknown client for the job. Felicia has previously seen the woman who caught her at the office in the romantic setting with Niccolo Detti. She is currently under arrest. So let's have a look. Around 10 a.m., Basilio gives a full demo of a safe to a client from the bank. Safe is opened. He works alone in the office until the arrival of his wife. At 3 p.m., Augusta arrives. 6:30, Basilio leaves the office and goes home. 7 p.m., Billy arrives at the office to say hello to Augusta. 8:04, Basilio returns to the office via the back door and talks to Augusta. And then 5 minutes later, he walks down to check on Billy. And then at 17 minutes past, Basilio leaves for a business dinner. Augusta remained to work at the office. Billy is reading a book at the front door. So he was downstairs. 9:30, Felicia received a letter for the Armor Capello job and decides to take it. Boop to you too, Wrathful Monk. Hello. How's it going, my dude? How's life treating you? We're carrying on with Chapter 1 of the Sherlock Holmes games after a year, because I haven't played it since October last year. And we're just doing some side quests. So I'm just reviewing the timeline of this dead fellow in a safe. So Felicia received the letter about the Armored Capello job and decided to take it. 10:11 p.m., Augusta walks down from her office to talk to Billy. Around 10:15, Felicia enters the office and starts working on the safe. So she went in to crack the safe. And around 10:30, Felicia opened the safe, sees Niccolo dead inside. She hears the female scream behind her and slams the safe door closed. Okay, so she found the dead body in the safe. It is far too mild for a November. My ears have been popping all day. Oh no. All that pressure changing. Part of me wants to watch Open All Hours and get an early night, but I prefer you. Well, thank you. Open All Hours, though. A choice between me and one of the classics? My dude. I'm flattered. That was a good show. I really enjoyed that when I was growing up. So, yeah. So Felicia opened the safe to see Niccolo already dead inside. And then 10:32, Augusta goes back upstairs. Billy hears her scream after seeing the burglar, and the burglar escapes. The safe is closed. So she slammed the door closed again. And this is a combination of everybody's testimonies. The very exact timings are from Billy. So around 10:30 p.m. and 10:32 p.m. are the same event, basically. She hears the female scream behind and slams the safe and runs. And that would be the scream from 10:32. Billy hears her scream after seeing the burglar, and the burglar escaped and the safe was closed. Then today around 9 a.m., Niccolo Detti found dead in the safe when Basilio Capello was arrested as a primary suspect after they demoed the safe for the clients at the bank and opened it up and the body fell out. But... oh, man. Couldn't get it on the iPlayer, so I got a 10-disc Ronnie Baker DVD collection. Nice. Ah, Ronnie Baker, what a guy. I loved that show, I really did. I mean, David Jason's amazing as well in it, so... let's consider the murder window then. So, from 6:30, Basilio left the office. From 7 p.m., Billy arrived at the office and said hello to Augusta. No mention of Niccolo Detti. 8:04, Basilio came back to talk to Augusta, and then came downstairs and checked on Billy. And then at 8:17, he left for a business dinner, and Augusta remained working at the office. And Billy was reading a book at the front door. And then 9:30, somebody sent Alicia a message saying, go there and break into that safe. And then Augusta walked downstairs from her office to talk to Billy as though nothing happened. See, the thing is, the next day when they find the body in the safe, she faints. Like, she's not seen it, she's shocked. In these sequences of events, the thing that's forming in my mind is that after 6:30 when Basilio left, and before Billy arrived, Niccolo Detti showed up and they had a date. Right? Augusta and Niccolo had a date. And then at 8:04, when Basilio returned to the office, he hides. He goes to sort of hide in the safe, but he arrived via the back door. Let's go back to the location, maybe. I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to about this, by the way. I don't know who I'm supposed to talk to here. I'm going to pin the timeline. Oh, I can't expand it in my UI. Okay, I'll just pin that for now. Let's walk the scene, as it were. Granville, fetch your cloth here. Granville, fetch your cloth. And that cash register as well, the vicious cash register. And the box that falls off the top every time. Oh, so funny. Or it was a can or something like that. Fell off the top every time. That thing wanted fingers for dinner. It did. It was like, tring. Every time he tried to close it and it snapped shut and it was like, ah. It was a masterpiece of British comedy, that show. Just excellent. Oh boy. Okay, so Billy was down here. All right, let's go back to the casebook. From 7 p.m. he was down here and hanging out. He did say hello to Augusta, but then he came down here. And then at 8:04, Basilio returned to the office via the back door, which is up here and around in the back room, right? Because the body is here in the safe and this parlor room. He came in through this door. What's interesting is there were keys on the desk. On his desk. His keys were on his desk. But he came in from the back door with the keys, locked the door behind him, or maybe left it unlocked, because we know this lock wasn't picked by those lock picks because there are no scratches on the lock picks. They haven't been used. He may have left the door unlocked, or the burglar. He could be the one that hired her. Okay, are you with me so far? So that was 8:04. He returned via the back door to talk to her. Him coming in, while there was date night going on in here, she probably came into here to distract him, to give Niccolo time to get out. But there's a watchman downstairs, and the back door is now, you know, he can't go that way, he can't come through here. What does he do? He jumps in the safe and maybe closes the door on himself. But he's also had a nasty whack to the head. That's the thing we need to explain. That's the thing that's getting me here. (8:04), Basilio returns to the office via the back door to talk to her. So, him interrupting date night, he has the good sense, or she does, one of them, to hide the second wine glass under the table. So it looks like only one of them was having a glass of wine, the wife, not a second person, because that would look suspicious. And then what? He jumps in the safe and closes the door, hoping that he could open it again, and maybe couldn't. But then, 5 minutes later, he walks down to check on Billy. He would have to come through here to go down there to talk to Billy. He would be in the room with Niccolo Detti. The only way you wouldn't see him is if the safe door was closed. But who assaulted him and hit him on the head? And we know he's got fresh bruises on his knuckles, on his right hand. He has fresh bruises. Did he come in here while wife stayed in here? Right. Caught the guy and punched him in the head. Knocked him out and then closed the safe door. And then thought, shit, what do I do about this? How would the wife not hear the commotion in the next room, though? But he goes downstairs in those 5 minutes to talk to Billy. And then it says 8:17, Basilio leaves for a business dinner. Augusta remains to work at the office, Billy reading a book at the front door. That's Billy's notes. That's his security log. We could say that Basilio left via the front door. He left his keys upstairs at the back door on his desk, and he may have left the door unlocked intentionally. And then wife comes out at some point and sees Niccolo gone and figures maybe he figured a way out, and spends the rest of the night actually working, not knowing that he's in here suffocating to death and can't get out of the safe because the doors lock automatically. That's a thing we were told. That's a possibility. That's what I think has gone on here. But it would mean that Basilio murdered Niccolo. That would put him firmly, as a murderer. Because then at 9:30, Felicia received the job. So when he leaves to go on a business dinner at 8:17, he has time to arrange a message to Felicia to come and break in and find a dead body. And how convenient, Which she does. She comes in, and around 11 minutes past 10, Augusta goes back downstairs to talk to Billy. And during which time, Felicia comes in upstairs, doesn't even need to pick the back lock because it's already open. And then starts working on the safe, opens it after 15 minutes. All this time, for nearly 20 minutes, Augusta is downstairs. She happens to come back upstairs at this point, but doesn't see the dead body. How could she not? She screamed at the sight of a thief, not at the sight of a dead body in a safe. But she says she closed the door and ran, which she would have done back out here and out into the back alleyway. Billy comes running after, gets out here just in time to see Felicia vaulting the rail. He lands in the bushes and gets mauled by a very angry cat that just had its nap interrupted. Dropped her lockpick set and ran. Oh boy. Okay. It's just weird to me that, like, I'm willing to believe her reaction to seeing the dead body in the morning when they then demo the safe for the bank clients and then the body is formally found. It's so weird to me that's the first time she saw it. Maybe because she saw maybe the door was still open and she only saw from, like, here and didn't see what was in the safe because the body would have been in the way. Like, you know, Felicia would have been in the way of the dead body. I'm just not sure I fully buy that Basilio did kill this guy and stuff him in the safe. But if there's any reason to believe, to kill a dude is believing that he was here to prey on his wife. He believes that his wife's in danger. You know, so maybe he thought this guy was here waiting in ambush. But then why shove him in the safe? Only to be found later. Like knocking him out and then stuffing him in the safe. I don't know. Let's talk to this guy again first. Let's provide evidence now and talk about different things. What can we talk about? The keys.
Do you know whose keys these are?
Probably Mr. Capello's. Police took him so suddenly. I have the same set, but it's more...
I mean, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Those keys could have been left up there
you don't have
from this
access
morning.
To the entire office?
No. Only Mr. and Mrs. Capello have the key to the back door.
Mm-hmm. Only the two of them have keys to the back door of the office, which is how she would have been able to let Niccolo in. The letter to Felicia. He doesn't have any idea about that.
I know of it, but forgot.
Felicia Savine's testimony. Nope.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know of it, but forgot.
Could this be the burglar you saw yesterday?
That's her. So what's our plan? How do we get her?
Oh, we got her.
If you can afford to give me 20 minutes, my uncle has a large net.
Yes, a net. I'll go and get one now, Billy, and you stay to guard the office.
And dial that enthusiasm down. You're not the main character here, dude. He's not going to have any opinion of that.
I know
or
of
that,
it,
I guess.
But forgot.
Do you know anything about these entries?
No, but Mr. Capello is so well organised. I use a different method. Very popular among the Buddhist monks. You create an attic in your mind and...
It's called a palace,
I'm
dude.
Familiar. Keep it tidy, put only necessary information in, remove unnecessary information regularly.
What? No, it's called an attic. You just stuff it with everything. You never know what might prove helpful someday.
That is profoundly upsetting.
He's like, dude, you're blowing my mind here. Stop it. But the diary, first meeting with a detective from several weeks ago, and second, 2 dates labeled with the safe, yesterday and today. The safe. That could have been the demo. The detective meeting, though, now that we're thinking about it, could he have been asking to spy on Niccolo Detti and see what he's up to, or spy on his wife? He was kind of wondering, like, you know, why are you so happy to be working late? The lawyer's office.
I don't know.
Okay. Basilio note to Augusta. We don't have the time today to chat because, yeah, this one here, like, can we have a conversation about these late hours that you're working and how you're actually happy to be doing it?
Do you know what this note might be about?
I cannot presume to know another's mind, of course, but I think Mr. and Mrs. Capello have been having some familial difficulties.
No shit, dude.
Due to their lack of children. One of my oldest friends helps couples with their relationship troubles, and he always says...
You don't have to continue.
Yeah, stop telling me about everybody you know
But I'm
and their
perfectly happy.
opinions.
No, I insist.
I know, please stop, dude, stop.
Do you know anything else about the dead body in the safe?
Well, there is the rule of threes. You can survive 3 weeks without food, 3 days without water, 3 hours in harsh weather, and 3 minutes
Of you talking?
without air. I'm sorry, did you say something?
No, very enlightening, Mr. Lloyd.
No, we're just telling you to come up for air while you're talking. That's okay. I love that they've put in a character that's one of those super overly helpful, highly enthusiastic, and seems to know a whole bunch of things about stuff that maybe doesn't really help us, but he can't help but word vomit them at us. Like, God.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you noticed anything different about Mrs. Capello recently?
Not really. She talks to me more when I start my shift. Probably because of the 100 Best Curry Recipes book I'm reading. Oh, and we've been running out of...
He's like, yes, I'll make a note of that.
So she often sends me out to buy more for her. She's very particular about the paper we use. Only one store on the island stocks it, and it's on the other side of the town. But I'm really fast.
Interesting, thank you.
Did she just be... He's drew a little dog. Oh, Sherlock. He's like, oh yeah, let me make notes of all these doodling. Oh, that was so good. But yeah, does she be sending him away like that to get him out of the office for at least an amount of time that she can have rendezvous, maybe? Nothing about his testimony. What about the man himself?
Can you tell me about Mr. Capello?
What about
He's
your
a good
boss?
employer, but very focused on work, and very serious about security, of course, since he employed a night watch of my caliber. Not everyone appreciates his strict business approach, though. Store clerks don't seem to last long in the office.
Good to know.
Good. In other words, oh, I guess that's everything we needed here. Don't get a job here because it sucks. Alright, got it. Alright, so we got some additional information. Now, we could go... See, there's still evidence here. What other evidence is... Oh, there's a letter there. Ah! Safe combination reminder. Mr. Lloyd, the code to all the safes in the office is 00130500. In the future, kindly refrain from locking your trousers in our merchandise, or we will have to reconsider your employment. Can I talk to him about this? So, what's all this about locking your trousers in here?
Is this code memo still valid?
Oh yes, it's the same combination code everywhere. It corresponds to Mrs. Capello's birthday, actually. In fact, during this year's celebration, I was allowed a sip of champagne. That's when I had to dry my trousers, and then I had to...
Okay, thank you, Billy.
Okay, don't need to know anymore. That's all good. All evidence collected. There we go. Look, see the persistence. The sharp-eyed persistence of a career detective. Alright, I am gonna go back, try not to run this old dude over, and talk to these other people about this shit as well. Let's see what else we can work out. I'm gonna keep going this way. Let's do it this way. This is where I went wrong last time. Good afternoon, fellow officers. Don't mind me. Just gonna run face first into the door and come to a very, very sudden and abrupt halt. Can I talk to the wife about... No, can we talk to the husband first? Talk to the husband first. So, how long have the two of them been having an affair? Let's see what kind of reaction we get. Yes, throw that grenade into the room. Hi, I'm back. Okay, safe code is Mrs. Capello's birthday. Interesting.
Is this note still valid?
Oh yes, we use this code by default for each safe. Now sometimes a buyer may ask to see how it can be changed, but I always reset it afterwards.
And the safe containing the body used the default code, I presume?
As it happens, no. In my demonstration, I wanted to show the bank clerks how easy it was to set a different combination.
Interesting. Thank you.
The code on the safe with the dead body was changed a day earlier at the client's request.
Another question?
Tell me about yourself now. About your wife.
How long have you known your wife, Mr. Capello?
How is that relevant, young man?
It's relevant.
Please, I need a complete picture of all the parties involved. Consider, perhaps, the possibility that the burglar was targeting your wife.
It seems unlikely, though if a Detti was out to threaten my wife... We met 7 years ago. Augusta was a harpist with an Italian orchestra. The passion in her eyes back then. I am glad she still has some of it now.
And you and your wife get along well?
I love her most dearly, and I know Augusta loves me. I fear someday she may be bored at work, but I try to give her all she wants. I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this.
Don't know the person that broke into your place?
I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this.
What about the letter?
I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this. I'm afraid I have nothing.
I'm just going to ask all of them. I know John's going to be aggravated, but this is the point of investigation. What about her testimony?
Mr. Capello, have you anything to say about the burglar's claims?
Not a whit. The woman is a liar and a criminal. I don't give it the slightest credence, and neither should you.
How could she be lying about a dead body of Niccolo Detti in a safe in your office that she could have only possibly seen the previous night? How could she be lying about that?
Another question? Another question?
She wouldn't know about that. That's a wild-ass lie to make up and be right.
I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this.
I'm interested in some entries in your
I read your diary recently.
Could you elaborate on these ones here?
Bene. I won't name the detective, but rest assured that is unrelated to the investigation. It is just one of our clients. And those safe entries are about an interested party who was going to purchase the product. We met yesterday, and today we're to finalize the transaction. Alas, that opportunity is no more.
They don't want the safe with the dead body in it? It's shocking.
I'm afraid I have nothing to add to this.
What was your intent behind this note?
This is private, young
Nothing
man.
is private in the eyes of the law.
Its relevance,
Answer.
as it were, remains to be seen.
My wife Augusta joined me in business half a year ago, but works late hours. I worry because I love her. What else do you need to know?
I appreciate your candor.
All right, that was everything we could ask him. 6 months ago, when she started working late, the detective and unrelated client... Well, no, I wanted to ask him about this detective entry and being like, excuse me, why didn't you come to me? Why didn't you hire me? No, 6 months ago. Where's that letter thing? Lawyer's letter. Where's my attention? That is to return to Cordona. I get the feeling this was 6 months ago, but there's no date to it. Was it in documents? Heir to the Detti family returns home. There's no way to date this. I was just wondering if this happened 6 months ago. It probably did. It'd be safe to assume it happened 6 months ago is when Niccolo Detti returned. Now we talk to the wife. How did you know him first?
What exactly was your relationship with Niccolo Detti?
Who? What are you talking about?
Madam, please, a young woman dedicated to her music and an enthusiastic artist. Your marriage to Basilio could not have offered all you needed. And then about 6 months ago, you met Niccolo Detti. There was a spark, you started to see each other.
He's just going straight for the jugular.
How could you...
But your tryst...
I'm very good at what I do.
Felicia 7 years spotted you with Niccolo, but rather than cease your affair, you took care to avoid the public eye. You started working with your husband at the office, and met your lover there in the evening after Basilio departed. Billy would not notice, and you hoped neither would your husband. Do I have this right so far?
I like that we get to actually just
Yes.
do that. Am I
love
correct so
Basilio,
far?
I truly do. But his first passion is his work. I respect that, but it left me adrift. Niccolo. Oh, sweet Niccolo. He was the man I needed. If he had had any other name, I would have talked to Basilio. But he was a Detti.
And your husband suspected something.
I think he did. He asked questions. Billy's schedule was moved forwards here. Yes. Yes, he suspected.
And thus we arrive at the heart of the matter. How did Mr. Detti end up deceased in the safe?
I do not know.
Madam?
I don't know anything about his death.
Are you sure this is how you wish to proceed?
It is the truth. Please, just leave me be.
I get the feeling she feels like she knows, and she daren't admit it, you know? Like, she knows he hid in the safe, and then she realized that next morning. Alright, so we've done everything with that testimony. Extramarital relationship with Niccolo Detti. For several months prior to the death, Augusta feels her husband suspected the infidelity, believes he changed Billy's work hours to disrupt them. She refuses to talk further about the night of Niccolo Detti's death. Accuse? No, we're not going to accuse her yet. I don't think she had anything to do with it. Why don't we go back to talk to Billy first? See if he has anything to offer. They're like, okay, Billy, about this change in work hours. Spill it. Tell me everything. It's a messy situation that we found here. All because we overheard a conversation. I love that in this game. You know, like you overhear somebody talking about something. That's one way to find a case, and you just go like, I'm gonna go solve that. That's mine now. Nobody's paying me, but I'm, you know, unless I can claim my hours from the police here, be like, I'm gonna bill you for my hours, thank you. Just solved one of your cases without even trying.
I'm gonna catch the criminal myself, but later.
All right. Well, he's got nothing to offer then. We've got every bit of evidence from this place. We have nothing else to get. What if we talk to Felicia? Now, in that little bit that we just got, though, we did say that Felicia found them together. And then agreed not to spoil it for them. But that's not what she told us. She told us, I mean, she could have been lying, but she found the dead body in the safe. I don't know, that's not adding up. I might have not quite absorbed everything that was being said, though. I'll get into his place. Where did we keep her? Where is she being held again? Is she down in the... Is she in one of these rooms? Nope. Somebody's in one of those rooms, but it's not her. Nope. Did they move her to a proper cell? Did she escape? Because we didn't take a lockpick from her. I was just kind of wondering if I can talk to her about some of this stuff.
What a long day.
No, we can't go through there, I remember. Is she in one of these? No. She's not in the neighboring cell. I guess we can't talk to her anymore. Alright. Let's talk about this ship. We now have additional things.
Another question?
I'll go through these
Not
anyway
much to
because
say. I'm sorry.
I just want to take them
I'm
off.
afraid I have nothing to add to this.
John suggested I should do that. Okay, I'm not gonna. I mean, I won that one, so.
Were you aware of this, Mr. Capello? Of the relationship between your wife and Niccolo Detti?
Enough! I will not hear it.
He was aware.
Augusta is an impressionable woman feeling the stress of this horrible situation. She does not understand what she's saying.
I see.
That is a weird reaction for what I just said to you.
I think that if you want to help, you should stop bothering my wife and find the criminal responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I will return.
We accuse her or we accuse him. It seems to be the only two that we have. Where did we put that thief, though? Where is she? She should be somewhere here. Surely we didn't just let her go. I mean, unless... Oh, she is in there. She's been talked to by somebody else now. Okay, so since that is her, so we can't get access to her. Well, now we just need to decide who done it. I don't think the wife did it. And his reaction was just like to shut the whole thing down. Not denial, in so many words, just shut down. He's like, enough, I won't hear any more of this, you know, and it's like... He didn't say, how dare you? You don't know what you're talking about. Surely not, you know, none of that stuff. No. He'd moved forward in the stages. He was already to the whole, you know, shut your damn mouth, I'm not talking about this. And she, with her, you know, with her portrait, she's recently using laudanum, isn't accustomed to it, so she's basically had to sedate herself. Like, she's self-medicated on laudanum. She's been fidgeting with the ring due to the stress of it all. Where's the other thing we saw? See what it says here, like in the letter? You are to enter the Armor Capello office tonight at 10:15 p.m. via the back door. I will leave it open for you. You are then to proceed to the next door to a large decorated safe. This is your target. You must have it open as fast as possible. Do not take anything from the office and leave after the safe is open. This is interesting. Oh, I've got an idea, guys. Oh, I've got an idea. Oh, no. Kind of part of an idea about who hired Felicia. Augusta Capello hired her. Why? Strap in. Let me detail how the night went down, or part of it, at least what I think happened. So at some point after 10:30 p.m., Niccolo Detti arrives for his date after Basilio leaves the office and goes home. Billy arrived at so either Niccolo arrived before or after, doesn't really matter. But then at 8:04, Basilio then returned to the office at the back door to talk to her. I think he was trying to catch her in the act. Whatever happened with all this, and then going downstairs to check on Billy, and then leaving through the front door, possibly. The one thing I found very convenient about this timeline is, after Basilio left for his business trip, around 9:30 p.m., Alicia received a letter about the Armored Capello job and decided to take it. Okay. At 11 minutes past, Augusta walked down from the office to talk to Billy. 10:15, Felicia entered the back door, as was instructed. Tonight at 10:15 p.m. via the back door, I will leave it open for you. We know the wife also has a set of keys as well as the husband, but from the inside she could probably unlatch it some other way if she didn't need a key, but it looks like the kind of lock that needs a key on the inside as well. There's no, like, bolt mechanism. So she opened the door. Proceed to the next door to a large decorated safe. That is your target. You must have it open as fast as possible. Do not take anything else. What is the objective here if she did this, though? You know, because she conveniently goes downstairs just a few minutes before. 4 minutes before Alicia was due to enter, she left. And I did say she didn't need to unlock the back door because her lockpicks weren't used, and she wouldn't use lockpicks on a safe. It's a combination, so she didn't need them. Around 10:30, Felicia opened the safe and sees Niccolo dead inside. He hears a female scream behind her, slams the safe door closed again, and then leaves. Okay. This is the important part of my theory. The safe combination reminder 00130500 is always, every demo safe was set that way, except that day before, the code for the safe with the dead body, and it was changed because Basilio demoed the changing and didn't change it back. He demoed it for the client. The code is different. At some point, Niccolo Detti ended up inside the safe. Okay, he ended up inside the safe, and she couldn't get the door open. He probably jumped in there to hide, and she couldn't get the door open because the combination changed, and only the husband knew it. The demo combination didn't work. She turns to Felicia, sends her a message, asks her to immediately come here and break in and try to open the safe. And then leave. And then she left the office to let her do her work. The thing is, at the 10:30 mark, hearing a female scream behind her and slams the safe door closed. 10:32, Augusta goes back upstairs, and Billy hears the scream after seeing the burglar, and then the burglar escapes and the safe is closed. She wouldn't have needed to put on a show of, oh my god, there's a burglar, Billy, come quick. She knew the body was dead even then. That's what she screamed at. It wasn't the sight of the burglar she hired, it was the sight of the dead body then. Like, it was too late, he was already dead. He'd asphyxiated because he'd been in there too long. The rule of threes, 3 minutes without air. He'd been dead for a while. Because in this timeline of events, he would have been hiding. Where is it? Where's the timeline gone? There it is. When Basilio returned to the office, Billy's downstairs, so Niccolo can't leave through the front door. He has nowhere to hide. He's in the parlor room. And there in the office, 8:04, he needs to hide. 8:09, 5 minutes later, he goes downstairs to check on Billy. He would have had to go through the room where Niccolo Detti would have been, sitting there with a glass of wine. So he hid, I think I'm right about the fact that at some point in that 5 minute space, he hid the wine glass, jumped in the safe and shut it closed. How did he get the whack on the head, though? It's whether or not we believe Basilio caught him, punched him, and threw him in the safe. In which case he basically willingly murdered him. And was expecting the body to be found the next day when they demoed the safe, and he could then, like I said at the beginning of the case, do the whole, why would I leave a body in a safe that I know I'm going to be showing off to some people? It's not like, if I was going to kill a guy, surely I wouldn't let the dead body be there, you know, right in front of me. That would be silly. But when we questioned him about the wife and the affair, he was like, I don't want to hear anything about that, you know, like he already knew. So he could have assaulted Niccolo Detti and thrown him in the safe and left him to suffocate to death. And then at some point, his wife comes back up, you know, well, his wife would have probably known about that, actually. You know? How could that would have been a scuffle. She would have been involved. She would have heard about it. She would have been like, oh my God, you know, and then whack, safe door closed and he walked off. But how come Billy didn't hear any commotion? Could have happened quickly. He could have punched him once, knocked him out, and threw the body in the safe, and then was like, you know, he can stay there, whatever. Maybe he didn't think he would die in there. A bit of a stupid thing to not imagine, but, you know, probably thought, screw it, he can stay the night in the safe. And walked away knowing that his wife couldn't open the door because he's changed the lock code. So I'm leaning toward him being the culprit here. That's kind of where I'm feeling that's what's going on. I don't think Felicia has anything to do with this. We can't accuse her anyway. The only two people we can accuse are the wife and the husband. Yeah. But as to who hired Felicia, it's the wife. She frantically needed someone to open the safe. It's just, the thing that got me is that then she said when she was there the next morning, you know, she found the body. What if instead she put on the act about the break-in? Not that she needed to, because if she didn't actually break in and break anything and take anything, there would be no evidence of a break-in if she just left the back door open for her, right? Because then the next morning she fainted at the sight of the dead body that she would have already known was there. And Felicia, not knowing who her employer was or what the point of all this was, she did close the door again. Oh, man. So the only other way we can get around that and make it make sense is that this is actually Basilio hiring her, like, God damn it, what did I do that for? I've got to now get somebody else to either take the fall for this or somebody else to get that guy out of the safe, and he didn't want to go back and deal with it. And Augusta, seeing the burglar, was genuine fright and screamed and didn't see the body like I thought, and then the door got slammed, and then she was still surprised, and she probably just thought maybe he left during the altercation. But it's unlikely there was an altercation without her knowing. And if that's the case, she'd know that he was in the safe. I don't think he went in there willingly. He didn't go in there just to hide willingly. Oh, man, I don't know. The thing is, we can only accuse somebody. We can't write it off as an accident. That's very telling that there is definitely a culprit. And it all makes sense if it's the husband, not her. Like, she'd have no reason to kill this guy. She was in love with him. It's the hiding of the wine glass that's kind of foxing me, though, making me think, well, that was part of hiding. What's he going to do, hide the wine glass but then just sit there to be found? He hid in the safe but didn't close the door, maybe. So did Basilio then see him and then punched him and shut the door on him? Like, slammed the door on him? Still makes him a culprit then, yeah. Like he half hid and didn't close the door because maybe they knew they couldn't get him out if they did. Or he knew he would be without oxygen, so he probably just pulled the door mostly closed, and then Basilio comes through, sees that, quickly checks, and is like, "What the hell are you doing here?" and smacks him. I feel like that makes some sense over anything else, so we're going to accuse him. Like, either way, any theory I come up with still comes back around to this guy knowing about the affair, catching them in the act, and then stuffing the dude in the safe. Whether he tried to get somebody to get them out after the fact, or whether the wife did, still doesn't change the fact that he's the guy we have to accuse.
I believe that I have found the truth, Mr. Capello, and that truth does not show you in a good light.
And here I thought I had found a bright mind. Why would I need to kill Niccolo Detti?
It's simple.
Here we go. So we accuse the suspects with the evidence. What do we do, though? Which one of these is it? Which one points specifically... Which one points specifically to this problem? Yeah, it's going to be this one. Augusta Capello was in an extramarital relationship, and he found out.
You knew about Niccolo and Augusta. You loved her, and the Detti and Capello conflict is well known. You had to protect your family's reputation.
Ha! Any simpleton can find reasons for me to dislike a Detti, though it takes a special kind to concoct an imaginary dalliance, too. How do you believe I killed him? Just threw him in the safe?
Oh, you punched him first, so... What were the means of the crime? The portrait on him, maybe? The bruise on the hands, maybe had to defend himself recently? The thing is, we got his character portrait wrong there. That he, like, he's quick to violence. We imagined he just had to defend himself. Is there anything else that specifically goes for this? The examination of his body, potentially. Blunt trauma to the left side of the head, unclear whether the blows delivered before or after entering the safe.
That could have sufficed.
Yeah.
Niccolo may have been unconscious, and you admitted you had full access to your office for most of the day. Or you could have changed the code during the day, then arrived unannounced in the evening to leave him nowhere better to hide.
And why on earth would I do that?
That sounds very
To get rid of
premeditated.
Detti, to force a confrontation with your wife? Either seems entirely plausible.
To you, perhaps. But how would I even know when to do the deed, huh?
Mm-hmm. What was the window of opportunity? Window of opportunity... I mean, we got a whole ass timeline here, so, you know. The fact that... Yeah, that's it, right? The fact that Billy keeps such a meticulous record of the comings and goings on might have given him a clue as to when the best time is to deal with all of this. But also, specifically because he knows that she works late. concerned about the desire to work late hours. You seem happy about it, which is why I didn't bring it up. It could be this.
You planned this?
Yes.
Billy's time of work was changed. You met with detectives. You planned when it would happen to the minute.
Indeed. How very convenient.
Yeah, the detective could have been the one spying and told him when...
Billy's shift because I was worried about Augusta. Young man, if your mind were applied to something useful, you could truly be something.
No, you can keep on playing innocent, but...
The game is over, Mr. Capello, and today, you lost.
You may think so, but just wait until my lawyer arrives. The police might see things differently.
Perhaps, but the truth is the truth. My work here is done. Good day, sir.
I said good day, sir.
We did all that work, and in the end, nothing about this case changed.
Well, we confronted the dude. I you know, that's the thing. I don't know whether that was a good ending or a bad ending. That's the problem. It doesn't go, you got it right, or you got it wrong, or anything of the sort. And Shady, hello. Would I like to know? I mean, now that the case is done, you can tell me if I got it right. I probably didn't, because I'm really bad at these games. I like to think I'm very intelligent, but at the same time, I know sometimes I get things very wrong. I did not get it right. Oh my god. What? But that's okay. Yeah, you know, like... I mean, the guy was still protesting his innocence and laughing it off. Made me think, I think I got that wrong. Like, all the evidence seemed to point that way, but, I can't imagine why the wife would have killed him. You know? The only other thing that I could think of is that she shoved him in the safe unwillingly. But the bruises on his hands... You know, it's... I can't get in now. I was kind of hoping she'd be here and I could talk to her. Can I go up through the back door? Because you can sometimes follow up with these characters, right? Nah, okay, probably not. I remember the one with the elephant guy as well. We kind of got something a bit wrong with that, and the daughter wouldn't give us the time of day afterwards. She was, like, very upset with us or something. We could reload to see the other dialogues, but yes, it was an accident. Okay. I mean, it was the bruise on the head just seems like it doesn't track. Like, unless she was very forcefully shoving him into the safe and he bashed his head, and he was like, ow, you know. That was kind of what I was thinking. But it just didn't track with the bruises on his knuckles, you know? I was like, oh, but sometimes things can be coincidences as well. So there is that. Oh, man. I'm upset now. I do tend to live with my choices, though. Like you say, I could reload just specifically to see the dialogue changes. But I kind of like to just keep playing on, you know, when I get things wrong and go, well, fuck. We screwed up, and I don't care because I'm Sherlock Holmes. She said to hide in the safe quickly, and then it locked and the code changed so she couldn't open it. So I was right at the very least. I was right at the very least about the fact that she hired Felicia. So I'm happy about that then. Couldn't ask the husband without revealing the affair, so she arranged the thief. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So I was right about that bit. And it was like, you know, I'm right. I guess I was right about all the stuff apart from the detail of him not fully hiding in the safe. That he hid in the safe. She didn't know the code had changed and then panicked afterwards. But it was like, what about the hit on the head? So I guess he just bonked his head getting into the safe. Like, okay then. Oh well. What a shame! We just sent an innocent man to jail. Are you happy with yourself, Holmes? You monster. You utter monster, you. That's right, you just shaved that moustache off. You don't deserve your policeman's moustache. That's right.
Remains under arrest for the murder of Niccolo Detti.
Pretty sure the consequence doc says that she goes free. You mean if I, it's in John's diary, right? Oh, we're gonna have to actually get the thing. You mean if I, prove it's an accident, it would say that? Let's buy the newspaper.
Interested in some Cordona news?
We got 2 newspapers, actually. We've got the Vengeful Mermaid as well. I wasn't happy with how that ended.
Check the front page. You won't regret it.
If I hadn't turned her in, though, I bet we'd be reading news about... Or hadn't threatened to turn her in, sorry, and then she poisoned herself. I bet we'd be reading news about how more sailors keep dying. Yeah, that's the thing, right? It would make you feel bad either way. I think that's the point of, like, you can stick to the naivety of the rule of law, but at the same time, you don't really make, good things happen either way. Like, it's bad all round. Because that's life. It's never neat, it's never tidy, it's never wrapped up in a nice little bow and put on the shelf and admired. It's just things happen. It was already a bad situation, and no ending of it was going to make it good again, After murdering 3 sailors in cold blood, the Cordona Mermaid has been caught, but these are murky waters. Per police sources, Elisa Eposto targeted these 3 men because they had previously abused her. After poisoning the victim's wine, the mermaid would seduce the targets and watch as he drank it before letting them down in order to hide the crime. Or letting them drown, in order to hide the crime. The authorities must again thank young Mr. Sherlock Holmes, who noticed the pattern of murder among what seemed like tragic accidents. Not like the doofus of a police officer who was like, oh, I think I've cracked the case. Look, this guy died as well. And we were like, yeah, from a blow to the head. No lipstick anywhere. Not the same problem. As Basilio Capello stood before the judge, wow, that was a fast trial. They were like, off to court with him right now. Let's speed through it. On the first day of the trial, he never looked more alone. Accused of the murder of Niccolo Detti, a rival found dead in the safe at the Arma Capello office. The facts seem overwhelmingly against him. Despite strong support from the broader Capello family, the one person who could provide him with any alibi, his wife Augusta, had declined to accompany him to the hearings. Wow! She could have been like, no, this was what really happened and that detective's an idiot. Or, no, that police officer with the fetching mustache is an idiot. This is good. I went undercover and nobody can prove that I made it wrong, so Holmes's reputation is intact. With tensions flaring between the Dettis and the Capellos, Mr. Capello had been moved to a more secure location until his fate is decided. Will he live to see, his sentencing? Probably not. Probably not at all. Yeah, that's what happens if you speak to her. You can convince her to speak up. Oh, well, that's worth knowing. I remember Crime and Punishments. I get some of those wrong. I know, again, it's one of those, and I love that the game doesn't give you a yes or no, like whether you got it wrong or not, but Crime and Punishments did kind of hint at the end, like, that was not the solution, but it does let you come to different conclusions, which I like about these games. But I will forever die on the hill that I have chosen in the ice pick case, with the ice knife and in the locked sauna, that my solution made more sense, that it was a dagger made of silver coins, I think was what I chose. And apparently I got it wrong. And I was like, really though? Ice? I mean, we proved we could make one, but then the time it takes from where the mold was to be put in an ice bucket with champagne to be taken there and then hidden and then steam, and that ice dagger would have melted to shit by then. Come on. It made no sense. Holmes never tested whether or not all those coins measured exactly the mold for the dagger. All that lump of silver. The guy was like, I threw silver coins in there to ward off the devil or something, and in the brazier. And it was like, or you threw in a silver dagger to hide it and let it melt away to nothing. Which is what I thought. And apparently that was wrong still. And I will forever be like, nope. I was right. The game was wrong. Oh boy. Yeah, you can broadly tell based on John's reaction. Yeah, John's pretty savage with his critiques. He really is. He's like, Sherlock, what you doing, you dummy? Like, all right, John, calm down. Technically, since you're in my brain anyway, I'm right. If you're right and I'm wrong, I'm still right. So shut up. All right, guys. Running a little bit over time here. It's been 4 hours, but man, I'm glad to be back to this game. It's been over a year since I played it, but we are going to leave it there for the day. Thank you very much for watching. We'll be back with more of this next week on probably Tuesday.